Today's video discusses both intimate partner and sexual violence. Please feel free to turn on closed captions. If you are in an emergency, please call 911. In case you have to change the video immediately, please take the time now to read the description. We have provided random links for specific topics so that you can change the subject matter quickly.
Our office works with students who have been impacted by various forms of power-based violence, sexual violence, dating, domestic, intimate partner violence, as well as stalking. We provide one-on-one services, so we can work with that student, provide crisis intervention and support, working to help process their experiences and provide grounding techniques. We also can assist with safety planning, which is very essential if somebody is currently in an abusive situation and looking to leave that situation, or even isn't ready to leave just yet, making sure we safety plan for them to be as safe as possible while they're in that relationship, and certainly when they plan to leave. We can provide accommodations, academic accommodations, so we want to make sure their ability to participate in the university in their education isn't impacted by what they've experienced. We can also assist with housing changes or temporary housing, as well as providing university no contact orders. We can talk through what a legal process could look like, as well as what a university administrative Title IX office could look like as well. And we can serve as advocates for them throughout that university administrative process if that's something they're looking for. And then they can continue to see us. We can also get them connected with other resources in the area, various organizations to provide support services or other services they may need. So something I always say is that when I'm working with a student, I am never going to tell them what to do, what the right answer is, because there is no right answer. It's about what's right for them and their situation. So my job when I'm working with a student is really to empower them with the resources, with the information, to make the decision that's best for them. Usually we talk through what our office can provide and provide some information on our confidentiality and limitations there. And then I allow that individual to share as much or as little about what's going on and what their needs are. Depending on what they share, certainly I can help process what they've experienced. I'm a licensed social worker, so I'm able to provide that counseling and being able to process those experiences. But if they don't want to share very much, that's perfectly fine as well. We can just talk through what are your needs in this moment and help create a plan. There is, for example, the Allstate Foundation does a lot of great work with the National Network to End Domestic Violence, and so they actually do micro grants to survivors. So I have shared that information with students and help them apply if they need that. I also get them connected with the Financial Literacy Center here on campus, which is a free resource to all students. And then the other service we may refer students to is Student Care and Advocacy has some emergency funds for students, so we can look at that if someone needs to get out of a lease or something like that. They're a great resource. Our services are not gendered. Whether you're a female identifying student, a male identifying student, non-binary, you're going to receive the same services from me no matter what. Absolutely. So the Gender Equity Center is one of 2 confidential resources on campus, the other being CAPS, Counseling and Psychological Services. So what it means when we say we're confidential is that means I'm not required to share out or report to the university situations involving intimate partner violence, domestic violence, that sort of thing. And every time that I meet with a student, we do sort of an intake for that first time, and I share with them our limitations to confidentiality, because we do have a few. A couple are going to be pretty standard. If you see any sort of counselor or therapist, they're going to let you know. We would have to break confidentiality if an individual threatens to hurt themselves, so bodily harm or committing suicide, or threatens to hurt or kill somebody else. That's something that we are not able to keep in between us. Additionally, we are mandated child abuse reporters, so if we are made aware of a situation of a child under the age of 18 being harmed, whether that be physically, sexually, that sort of thing, we are required to report that to the Pennsylvania Child Line. And we talk through that with students and what to expect, because certainly most students are adults, but occasionally we are seeing students, first-year students, who can be under the age of 18, so you would still be considered a child under the law, so we have that restriction. And then we have to abide by any sort of legal documents, so if we receive a court order or search warrant, we may have to release information and abide by that. And then the final thing that we do have to report out is we are what's referred to as clery compliance officers. So I am required to provide statistics to the university so they can be aware about what crimes are being committed on campus. And in particular, sexual violence, intimate partner violence, and stalking are a clery reporting offense. What that looks like, though, is really just very basic information. I'm not giving out any identifiable information, any names, addresses, that sort of thing. It would be the bare bones, on October 31st, 12 p.m., student experienced domestic violence by known student. Yeah, absolutely. The first and foremost is Center Safe. They are the local rape crisis and domestic violence nonprofit, and they serve all of Center County, but they do have an office right here downtown. Certainly I refer to national organizations such as RAINN, the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network, especially students who are campus students, or you are going home on break. So even thinking about during COVID, when people were learning from their hometowns. They're not in Center County, so RAINN can get them connected with the Center Safe, the organization in their area that can best serve them. And then I refer people to the offices on campus as needed. Maybe they do want to work with somebody in CAPS, so I can get them connected with someone in CAPS who specializes in intimate partner violence or sexual violence, and really work with them there. I can get them connected with student conduct. Maybe they want a university no contact order. So I don't want that legal document, but I want something from the university that says this person can't come up to me, talk to me, interact with me, that makes me feel safer. So we can do that as well. I think that what's most important to hear is that it is not your fault. No matter what the situation is, the circumstances, I don't even need to know the specifics to have to say this, right? No one deserves to be harmed by somebody who's supposed to love them and care about them. So that's first and foremost. And then the second piece is that support is here, help is here, right? I understand that there are a variety of reasons why you're in this relationship and why it may not be easy to leave, but I want to be here, and our office is here for you to be able to make sure you are safe while you are in that relationship, and when you are ready to leave, you are safe and able to get out of that relationship. You are always welcome to walk in. Our normal business hours are 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. We're located in Boucke 204, so you can just walk in. You don't have to have an appointment, and someone will either try to see you then, or we'll schedule a time to be able to see you. So you can always call us. Our phone number is 2027, or you can email us. Certainly any of the staff members are listed on the website. If you search Gender Equity Center on Penn State's website, will easily come up. But our general email is gender, GENDER, equity, EQUITY, @psu.edu. You can follow us on social media. We are at Penn, PEN, State, STATE, Gen, GEN, EQ, on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.